A very warm welcome, and once again a good afternoon to our review video of our recently purchased, and it's the second time we've had this vehicle because we sold the car back in January and Kia, the vehicle's owner, has had a change of circumstance, so we gladly have purchased the car back last week. So what a car! Modena Yellow, Competizione 595, and Kia in his short few months of ownership has added one or two tasteful additions. We don't tend to buy cars, the Abarth models, if they've been engine tuned or altered in suspension or braking, but any soft modifications, then we find that is tasteful. And I'll go through what he has applied to the car in a moment, but it's done, wait for it, just over 2,500 miles. So it's a 2021 in the year on a 71 plate, and it's finished, as I've said, in Modena Yellow, which is a Ferrari paint finish, and she looks absolutely stunning. So he's further darkened the rear window. So on the Competizione, you have rear privacy glass, but I have to say it's not darkened, super darkened glass, but factory. And what Kia has done is paid for it to be extra filmed over, so it does look very nice, as you can see sat there with the extra darkened rear glass. He's also had some wind deflectors on the front windows, which again is tasteful. They'll come off if you don't want it. They just literally bring them out when you've opened the windows. The side indicator repeaters are darkened, and some of the badging has been finished in high gloss black, so the 595 on the quarter, and the tailgate is all gloss black. We've painted in, as always, or etched around even, the name that's already in the lower part of the bumper, so that just stands that out very nicely. Being a comp, it's got the improved air filter and the aluminium fuel cap, which is a massive upgrade really, because the original fuel caps are not very useful. There is one stone chip which we've just touched in on the bonnet. You won't see it. It's just, let me just see if I can point it out to you. Just, where are we? Here. I think it is just there. So as I said to you, you won't see it. It's not detrimental to the car. It has had its first service, and it will be due a second service in September and October, which will be spark plugs, not air filter, because it's got the BCM, but the BMC rather. Excuse me, just clearing my throat. It's got the lifetime filter, so it's spark plugs, engine oil, and pollen filter service, which is a semi-large service. They alternate every other year. So it's got the all-important seatbelt seats, which in this car come in the standard trim. So you've got Alcantara. There are one or two upgrades you could have, although in 2021 with the pandemic, most manufacturers were struggling to get anything other than what the vehicles were built with, and some couldn't even do that because they delayed. So it's a very rare car on a 21 plate. There weren't many of these coming out of the factory in 2021, but this was one of them, sneaked through the door. In great condition, no smells in the car, no animal or tobacco smells. And the other nice touch which Kia has had done is he's replaced the dashboard painted section with this Alcantara with Competizione and the Scorpion emblem in there, which is lovely in yellow, absolutely brilliant, really nice. Carpet mats, original ones. Has the black Abarth side decal, has these alloy wheels, which on 21s weren't standard. They were an option. They were standard wheels a year or so before this, but then they changed them to the Monte Carlos. So these are actually an option on this car. Also, as per the images I've shown in the montage, this badge here has been changed for high gloss black along with the 595, so that's another nice touch. And inside the boot you have what I've got on my car actually. Mine's in red. A nice pull handle, which again, the factory fitted ones are very small and very pernickety, so that's a good touch as well. Let's take you in the car. It's available with our UK delivery, which is £1 per mile, so it's just charged to get. the car down to you. We don't charge you to come back, although we do have to get the train back, of course. So it's 50% off delivery, and we've been delivering cars since 2011 without fault. We haven't yet taken one back. All our vehicles are detailed. Most of them, or all of them, will have a standard ceramic infused wax applied, and some of the more expensive cars have a full ceramic applied. So that is between £300 and £800. We don't charge for that. It's all part of our service here, which stands us out against most competitive car dealers. So what we say to you, what we show you in the images, is exactly the car you will receive on your doorstep. You're welcome to come here, obviously, come and see us at HQ. We always ask that you telephone or email and arrange that appointment, because we are covering the whole country, and both myself and Neil and Callum are very, very busy. So please don't just arrive, because you may be disappointed. Please do get in touch beforehand. It's 2,687 miles. I can just see that as we stand just outside. Let me just start the car up. You get the record Monza exhaust, which is 4 tailpipes exiting the rear bumper, lower part of the bumper. Let me just put the radio on. You get the standard start up. Nice screen to start with. It's satellite navigation, it's Android and Apple CarPlay compatible. You have climate control on the comps, so the comps get the electronic climate control. You get the sport button. I don't know if you can pick up on the sound. Let me just turn that off. So that's a standard sound. I'll try and just turn the radio down. I won't speak. I'm just now going to press the sport button, and you may pick up the sound. And maybe if I open the door. So that's the sound you can hear there with the engine in normal mode. Let me just put this sport mode on. Can you hear that difference? It's got an active valve in the exhaust, and it just allows the vehicle to breathe, and with that breathing, extra breath, doesn't obviously breathe, but that's my terminology. So apologies, those of you with more mechanical experience than me will correct me, I'm sure, but please do correct me in the messages. But it just allows an extra sort of use of air and fuel mixture, and with the valve being open, it gives you an extra boost in acceleration and stiffens the steering up somewhat as well. So everything's a little bit tighter, and you get an instant burst of extra power. So please only use that on when you really understanding the car's capabilities. You have upgraded suspension obviously on the comp, and the nice seats, which again are unmarked. Let me just turn the light on. A bit of light in here. It's a little bit dark because the rear windows have been tinted, extra tinted. So yeah, very nice car. 5-speed gearbox, that's all you get. You don't get the 6-speed, it's 5-speed. It's a Garrett GT1446 turbocharger, highly tunable, I believe. But like I said to you, we don't purchase cars that have been tuned, although a lot of these have been. You can get over 200 brake horse out of them. You can push it easily to 210, 220 on a stage 1, I think it is. Stage 2 will take it further, and then it becomes unreliable at 3 and 4, doesn't it? So you have to start changing major components of the engine. Double USB, and voice control as well. Let's see, there we go. Cancel. There you go. That's telling you I've cancelled it. Electric windows, all working, of course. So yeah, a very nice car, which we've now had twice, and we're delighted to have it twice, to be fair. We always say to people, we always will buy it. If you look after the car we give you, sell you, we will very likely buy the car back when you're ready. And we do a lot of that, so please remember, those of you who have already bought cars and may be watching this video, give me a call or an email. We may very well buy your car back. So there you go, that's our Modena Yellow, Abarth 595 Competizione on a 71 plate, just over 2,500 miles. It's available once again from Cheshire Cars in Crewe in Cheshire, and we are open 7 days, but as I've already said, please don't just turn up. Do make an appointment, and the vehicle is available with car finance and part exchange. Should you require both or one of those services, we can help you with finance and we can help with a part exchange if need be. There are 2 keys with it, service book is with it, still under Abarth warranty until 2024, September, October of 24 I believe. So a really good opportunity for someone to acquire what must now be a rare 21 plate vehicle, because during 20 and 21 we had the pandemic, didn't we, with production severely hit across every manufacturer. So this one sneaked through the door whilst you could still get parts, because they've had a massive issue and still do have an issue with supply of components. Business established for 27 years and we have an enviable reputation for good and straightforward and honest car dealing. Please do have a look at our Google, Facebook and Auto Trader car reviews. You'll be delighted to read what people have written about the business. It's very humbling. Next year we'll see us celebrate 28 years. Goodness me, I'm going to make 30 I think, aren't I? God willing, I will make 30 years. Well, have a fantastic day, and I'm going to try and get off home to spend an hour or so in the garden, just lapping up the evening rays, so to speak. So whatever you're doing, enjoy, and we'll hopefully hear off you very, very soon on this Abarth Competizione.